I'm begging, begging you to put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging, begging you to put your loving hand out, darling. I'm begging, begging you to put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging, begging you to put your loving hand out, darling. Put your loving hand out, darling. I'm begging, begging you.
Hello, everybody. We are extremely excited to be here tonight. It's been a little while since we've come into this community with a update on where things are at with the BizKit. Today, I have a special guest speaker, Aimee Johnson, with us, and I can't wait for you guys to hear all about, what she's seen so far and her perspective on leadership specifically with the BizKit. But before we get to that, I am going to share some slides with you tonight and really bring you up to speed on, for those of you who are in this community, I know a lot of you have been here for a little while and you've seen some of these updates, but tonight is really a brief overview on all that is the BizKit with a special emphasis on a crazy announcement that is actually live right now, but I haven't actually announced it formally to the community yet. So stay tuned. That's towards the end of my part. And then we're just going to open up for casual conversation with Aimee Johnson. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And Aimee, if you can give me a thumbs up when you see the screen, that would be great. Awesome.
I see it. Yes.
Perfect. Here we go. So I like to start with the problem. I know many of you who are in this group have been here for a little while, and most of you have experience as leaders in the network marketing industry. And I'm sure that you're going to be able to relate to many of the bullets that are on this screen. So people are excited, but they're not getting off to a great start. We have scattered day-to-day routines. We have too many groups, chats, apps, links. Gain momentum, we can't keep it. I mean, drop in the comments if you can relate to any of these things. Maybe there's things that I don't highlight here that you can add to this list. Gaining momentum and not being able to keep it, that roller coaster of momentum, too many meetings and too much time spent training on the same things over and over again, too much time answering questions and creating or even updating systems that we've created for our team. Leaders take on too much, get burnt out, and ultimately it's not fun anymore, right? So this is where we want to introduce the missing piece, right? So I'm going to keep moving this little screen here. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but the missing piece, introducing the BizKit. The BizKit is a one-of-a-kind revolutionary platform. It's a one-stop shop that's designed to streamline your business. So I like to say this is something that's going to help leaders be able to shine a spotlight on what they have done to achieve the success that they've had in order to duplicate that in their team and have people that are boldly, confidently, and independently moving towards their own success because of the system that you've created for them. So let's talk a little bit about the BizKit and what it is. So here's a list of the current features that are offered in the BizKit today. We have a new rep onboarding tool. Okay, this is a fun and interactive, time-sensitive list of activities that are intended to guide your newest teammate in their first 30 days. And I believe there's nothing more important than a first impression and giving people direction when they're excited. And we have a collab space. So this is a one-stop shop for scripts, links, graphics, videos, you name it, you can post it. It's easy access to the things that are used most often. I like to say, think about boards. A lot of us are using boards, Facebook groups, Trello boards, maybe link trees right now to get information out to our teams, maybe a Telegram chat. Drop in the comments what you're using today to share graphics, to share links, to collaborate with your team. This is going to give you a very comprehensive, easy to search, easy to find, easy to copy, no limits on copying, no limits on downloads, everything you need in one spot. Prospect management, being able to drag and drop your contacts through a defined sales process. How many can relate to scrolling through Messenger and going, oh crap, I forgot about this person. Let me follow up, right? It's so easy for people to slip through those cracks and not have a good follow-up system. Defined and a customized sales model. This is in the contacts and sales flow solution, and it's critical to know how to effectively move prospects through a sales process. Your team is always going to know exactly what their next steps should be in your sales process. Embedded training, being able to insert training and guidance intuitively throughout the system, whether it's videos, scripts, graphics, links, etc. You can literally have thousands of people independently learning without you 24/7, 365, right? I think that's absolutely brilliant. And, having people being able to find what they need when they need it is so incredibly important. There's nothing worse than that lost energy when you're having a great conversation with a prospect and then you get stuck because you don't know where to find the thing it is that you're looking for. How about mentoring and coaching? So with visibility in the biz kit, you're going to have visibility to your entire team's activity. So you'll be able to coach more intentionally, and you'll also be able to know who are your runners, making sure you spend time with the right people. And that's just touching on some of what's already available in the biz kit today. Right now, our team is actively working on the next release, and I know many of you who are already using the system are super excited for this feature. It's the activity tracker. This is going to be a fun and interactive game board that has your personally defined and customized list of income producing activities for your team to focus on. This is a way for you to define that standard business practice that's going to ensure everyone knows exactly what to focus on and what to do when they decide to show up for themselves in their business. How about having a system that automates power hours or activity blitzes? So the system's going to announce it, organize it, and track all of the results of your power hours, telling you who showed up, how many of the thing that they did while they were in the blitz. This is going to be magic. Company-wide notification panel. How many of you can relate to being triggered by somebody else's success? I'm a competitor. When I see somebody else winning, I want to win with them. I want to win bigger than them, but I still want them to win, right? So create that infectious and fun environment as the system celebrates teammates smashing out their own individual goals. And then we're going to have an extended launchpad opportunity where, in addition to the new rep onboarding launch that is currently available, you're also going to be able to create any set of activity that you want. So maybe it's for competitions, maybe it's for rank sprints, maybe it's a new product launch that you're doing. Whatever it is that you desire, you can create it in a customized sequence of events that you want people to do, activities you want people to do in a defined period of time to get whatever it is that they're desiring. And so much more. Again, future functionality. So this is really, I'm excited for what is next, right? And so after we've delivered this release, we're going to start working on some other functionality. This functionality has been driven by my advisory board. So I've got a very impressive bunch of you are in this group of people who have led tens of thousands of people and teams. You've been multi-million-dollar earners, really leaders in the space that are helping me drive the importance and the features of the biz kit. And this is one we're all excited about: integration to social media, right? Being able to automatically add prospects to your sales funnel directly from Facebook. What about being able to broadcast messages with tags right inside your messenger? So you're able to tag people, organize people, and 15 minutes before your live op goes live, you're able to tag and search people with a tag and send out a broadcast message saying, see you guys in 15, here's the link, right? That's going to be a huge time saver. Maybe we want to do personalized bio cards. So right now, everybody does their own independent link trees or milkshakes to, share their business and who they are. What if you could create a template for people? Your entire team could have an automatic personalized bio card that helps them promote their own business. Personal quick links. So yes, the collab space has links and graphics and easy to grab things that your leadership wants you to have access to, but we all individually have our own things. So being able to have user-driven quick links is something we're going to look at in the future. Dashboard and reporting. As a leader especially, we want to know what's working and what's not working, and we want full visibility to the activity and the outcome, right? How are we doing as a team, as a whole? Accountability and competition boards. I'm a sucker for accountability. Any business I've ever been in the past has always jumped leaps and bounds when I hold myself accountable. And so we're going to introduce some pretty fun accountability boards, competition boards, and have people kind of go up against one another. Auto-generated graphics. I know I spent a lot of time in Canva. I'm sure you do too. Maybe we can find a way to make that a little bit more streamlined and be able to share it and auto-generate recognition and welcome graphics for the team. And for a limited time, I'm giving access and option to all elites that come on board as early adopters to be a part of the advisory board and help us shape the future of the BizKit. So everything just makes a lot of sense, but I'm going to summarize here with a few short bullets on why I think being a part of the BizKit now before it goes viral just makes a ton of sense, especially from a leadership perspective. So first and foremost, the BizKit is going to take your business and your team to the next level, a new level. You want to be a part of something the industry has never seen but desperately needs. You could be the first to bring this to market for your market, not just for your team, but leaders in this space are desperately looking for this solution. Take advantage of the affiliate marketing program, get paid upfront and residual incomes. Create a true platform that celebrates each other and leverages markets like never before, and create a network and a system beyond your current business that stays with you whether the business goes away, whether you leave the business. We know the industry is very volatile. Some of us have been blessed to be with the same company for a long time. Many of us have experienced pivots, and many of us have experienced companies, disappointing us, right? Maybe they've changed their model or they shut their doors, whatever it might be. If you have your information in the BizKit, it's your information. So it's able to port and stay with you versus the company. Let's make it fun again, right? Let's come together as a leadership board and really make the industry what it's meant to be, which is fun and prosperous, right? So now I'm going to share a little reminder of what Release 2.0, which actually only went live in April. And since April, we've had incredible momentum, which is about to really pop. And we'll talk in a minute about that with Aimee. What we released in Release 2.0 in April was the new teammate profile. This was a way, with the click of a button, every single downline of an elite influencer has a unique referral link to invite every new teammate that comes on board with them into the exact same experience that they had, and it's free, okay? 30 days of access to an exciting and interactive onboarding tool, which is a handheld, time-sensitive list of things we want them to focus on in their first 30 days. Infinite free access to the collab space, which is the embedded training, all of the graphics, the links, all the recorded training, everything that you need, essentials for your business will be infinitely free for that new teammate, right? They get a unique referral link, which means 5 minutes after they join the business, they can share their own unique referral link with their best friend who's joining their business with them, and they can do it together, right? Immediate access. An elite influencer pays $39.99 a month. Right now, it's half price because we're in beta. And that gives you up to 100 free teammate accounts, and it increases by $10 for every 100, right? To a maximum of $99 a month. So we can talk more about that. Here is the big, crazy announcement. So as of 2 weeks ago, the free teammate only had access to that onboarding tool for 30 days, right? Now, we've actually opened it up. So every piece of functionality, the contacts and sales flow, the activity tracker, the extended launchpad, everything that's offered to paid subscribers is going to be free for the new teammate for 30 days. You treat your business like a business, it will pay you like a business, and now your teammates will have an epic business system that is going to teach them how to treat their business like a real business, okay? So here's some early adopter perks. I'm gonna get you to go to the website and look at these in detail. But one of the biggest things that I'm offering right now, because I still have the cycles and I love the connection with new elite influencers. So I'm going to work with you one-on-one to create your customized experience. I have an onboarding experience ready for you. It's got 5 steps in it. You can see on the screen. I'm happy to share this with you again, but the ultimate message here is you're not alone. We're going to create that experience for your team together in the most effective way possible to ensure that your team is as excited, if not more excited than you by the time you're ready to deploy it, okay? Here's some more perks for you. If it wasn't already good enough, there's even a way you can get free lifetime access with the BizKit right now. definitely the right time to come on board. And my favorite part of today's call is to introduce you to my new friend, Aimee. Aimee and I met, I think it's been about a month ago, and we've shared some pretty epic voice clips amongst each other. She's really my people. I love when you find your people and you just connect. And, as leaders in this space, there's a uniqueness about what we understand. And when we can connect with people that really get it, it's just such a fun energy. And I've had so much joy getting to know Aimee. Aimee has a heart of gold. She is a servant leader. And as you can see on this screen, she went to convention last week, which I know many of you did that are in this group. Last week was a very popular week for convention. And she was awarded the Pet Pro of the Year in her company. That's a pretty amazing announcement. And I know she had a very large number of teammates with her at convention. She has the fastest growing team in her company right now, and she has 12 years of experience as a social seller. She's not just a leader, she personally sponsors and personally sells, right? She's learned the importance of tools and systems to manage and grow her business, and is excited to share the biz kit with her team to help everybody win. So I'm actually going to stop share now and bring Aimee back in. Aimee, are you there? Hello, hello. Awesome. So I don't know how I did on time. I tend to ramble, as you already know from the last couple of weeks,
I
but
wasn't blaming you. You're good.
awesome. So, Aimee, I'd love for you to share with our community here, some of the feelings that you've had about how important this is, specifically as a leadership tool for you, in helping you kind of organize and duplicate the success that you've been able to have, and making sure that your team, has everything they need to win in their business.
Yeah. Well, duplication is everything. That's the whole point, right? And so as leaders only grow by developing other leaders. And we have to remember that as leaders, we're always being watched, right? Like, so what is she doing? So how much work has she put in? So what systems and tools is she doing? If as a leader, you're burning at both ends and you're on every call and you're constantly answering every question and you're all over the place, your potential future leaders are going to look at you and go, I don't want that. I don't want any part of that. Like, holy cow, she's successful and she's doing great, but my gosh, she has no life. Her whole life is her business. The whole reason we come into direct sales is so that we have the freedom to have a life. So it was so funny. I heard this once and it makes so much sense. People talk about time freedom a lot. It's not time freedom. It's time flexibility, because we're not free of time. We, as leaders, there's no leader out there that say, oh yeah, I just work a few hours a week. No, leaders work a lot, but we have the time flexibility to be able to work when we want. So if I want to take a half a day, or I want to go have lunch or go shopping or take a vacation, we have the time freedom to be able to do that. But there's so many leaders that get caught up in this, I have to do everything, that they really don't even have that. So having duplicatable systems and getting really good at pointing, okay, you go here to find that, you go here to find that, instead of constantly giving the answers, allows you to create an independent team that then goes, oh, well, that was easy. I can do that too. I can point. I can tell my oncoming new people, oh, just go here, just go there, just do this, just do that. What I also love is checklists are a big thing, right? Like, here's your checklist, here's what you got to do. With the Biz Kit, we get checklists with embedded instruction. So if you just give someone a checklist and you say, this is what you do, they're going to have questions. Okay, well, it says to do this, but what does that mean? So they're still going to go back and be asking questions about that checklist. The onboarding in BizKit is giving a checklist, and it's also giving instruction. And the thing about a really good system is knowing when you need to modify and knowing when you need to change. And we also have that flexibility, right? So if I create an onboarding and people are constantly asking me the same questions over and over again, then I have to look at that and go, okay, I'm missing something in my onboarding. They keep asking the same questions. So let me go edit that, poof, and fix that and embed that into my training now in that checklist, so people aren't messaging me all the time. You know what I mean? So it's constantly also reviewing and looking over your systems, and how easy when I make a quick edit, the entire team gets the update and gets the edit and now has that little embedded training or the answer to that question that I've gotten 6 messages about, right? So it is a growing tool as well. It's not a stagnant tool. We get to learn, we get to modify, we get to tweak. As we grow, we get to add more. Like I'm blown away. And it was so funny. So Angie, when we did our discovery call, before we even had the call, I said, give me the link so I can go enroll. Like I was enrolled before we even did the discovery call. Like I found it one day, and it was the timing and the alignment was so perfect because my company with my other leaders, we'd been talking about all of the things that you already put into the biz kit. And we were talking about, okay, we need to have a survey so we can find out what our people not want. And we need to have a list of what they need to do right away. And we need to have this 7-day social media. And I'm watching this video and I'm like, what? It was literally everything we'd been discussing over the last few weeks. And I'm like, just sign me up, just take my card. And the value of what you're providing compared to the cost, like before I even got to
But
that
let's not
section.
talk about that part because that's a
We
bit
don't
of a
need to
sore
go there,
spot.
but all I can say is I was like, okay, I may have to get out the Amex for this one. And then I got to that page and went, what? No, that's not right. Is that monthly? Is that annually? Like, and then I was even more like, just sign me up because she's going to have to raise her prices. Sorry,
Yeah.
we won't get into
You know,
price, but you're going to have to with what
I
you're
want
offering.
Yeah, and I want to pause on that for a minute because I want you all to hear my heart on this, right? I have been a leader in this space for almost 20 years. I have
Yeah.
struggled to keep up with scattered and fragmented systems for all of those years. I was always the systems girl. And my heart is to serve you. My heart
Yeah.
is to help the leader in this industry, help others win and succeed. And I know that a lot of people come to this industry to make money. It's not because they already have lots of money, right? And so my heart is to get masses on board. It's not to make mass amounts of money for me. So, yes, of course, I'm doing this as my business. Of course, I want it to be profitable. Of course, I want the Bizget to be $1 million brand, and it will be. But the reason my prices are low is for that reason. I just really want it to be
You're making it
accessible to the
affordable.
masses. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And my leaders, I took it to my leaders and said, okay, this is where we're going to go. And it was the same response. Sign me up. This is so worth it because we're all using so many different systems for so many different things. And they're like, what? This is going to be in one place. And not only that, it's not only replacing systems we're already using, it's giving us tools we don't have at all right now. Like there is no tool out there that lets me know what new people coming in are doing and if they're actually tracking and doing the things that we share with them to do. And like that's what blew my leaders away the most. They went, we can see if they allow us to see, we can see that they're actually doing these steps. And it's invaluable. Like
Well,
I'm so excited about all of this.
it's no surprise that you took the words out of my mouth because that was going to be my next question to you was, a lot of people, leaders that I speak with, their very first concern is making sure that their leaders adopt what they're looking at and feel the same way about it. And so that's why as part of our onboarding experience, we have a stage where we introduce it to your leadership team before, it's fully deployed so that they can be a part of it, and really be as excited as you are about it. So I was going to ask you, what did your leadership team think when you brought it to them? And you just answered that for the community. So,
Well, I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, and here's why. I have a weekly call with my leaders, and it was 2 of my leaders on that call who were expressing their frustration with people that are coming on board and just not doing anything, or they're asking, what do we do? Okay, so what do we do? So what do we do? And we direct, okay, go here and go do these steps. And then they're like, okay, well, but I don't understand. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. And again, so now the leaders have all of these questions they're answering. And so I wasn't going to share with them. It was not my intention to share that day, but they were like, we're just so frustrated. We don't know what to do. And I said, I really didn't want to share this yet, but I think I need to. I think I need to share something with you guys. I said, it's not ready. I've not tweaked it fully yet for our company. It's going to be different, but I think you need to see what's coming. And it was so funny because one of my girls was muted because she was driving. And I was watching her face and she was like, while she was driving, going, And she was like doing this in the car and like, and it was silent mode, right? Because it was, and I was like, why am I not recording this right now? I don't often record the leader calls, but still, it was just their faces. They were so excited with what they saw. And they're like, hold on, so we just have them come do this. And they loved the gamification of it, because that's the thing too, is you have to understand when a new person comes in, those 30 days are imperative. They come in and they're wondering, can I really do this? Is this really a real business? Am I really going to make any money at this? So they're coming in at doubt. They're coming in and they're on borrowed hope. It's completely borrowed hope. I'm really hoping this works. I'm really hoping this is real. But until they make that first sale, and until they start seeing people reacting, and until they start getting engagement, it's borrowed hope. So until you can get something happening in their system, it's just they're kind of just floating in the wind. So the sooner you can get them to start getting engagement, to start getting orders, to start seeing, and also you're making it fun. Like, and I love how clean it is. Like, I've seen systems where there's so much packed into it that it's also overwhelming. This has a ton of content and a ton of information, but it's so clean, it's not overwhelming. Because an overwhelmed mind will run. Like, they'll just go, there's a few programs that do that to me. I log in and I'm very techy, but I'll log in and go, okay, my brain is hurting right now. Yours is just, it's pretty, and you got the check marks and you got confetti going off. So you're gamifying and you're creating a fun experience right off the bat for someone who's brand new in the system. So you're already kind of helping to elevate their experience. You're helping to elevate their excitement. Like, you're getting them on board, and then you're teaching them the tools that they need to start seeing success right off the bat as well. So
Love it.
just everything about this.
I love that. I love that so much. And I think I've always said, that success in any business is really a mathematical algorithm, right? If you do these things enough times, success is inevitable. Unfortunately, for many people, it's the things they don't know what to do to create that repetition. Be careful what you're repeating, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like the Biz Kit is a system that's going to allow people to know exactly what they need to do. The excuses are eliminated now. So I'm really excited to see your team explode. I'd love to maybe end this call by asking you, what would you say to that leader who, is where we all are at some point, right? We've got a team that's growing, we've got excitement, maybe we've lost a bit of excitement. What would you say to that leader that's listening on this call? Why should they, take that step?
So I think two things are super important to know. First of all, I would take inventory. Make yourself a list. What are all of the different systems that you're currently using to support your team? Boards and project broadcast and the Facebook group, and make a list. And then also make a list of how are you currently sharing that information, and how much time is it taking away from your personal business, right? Because when you're stopping to respond to questions and to help your leaders and your team, you're taking that time away from your customers and your business, right? And you're in prospecting and all of that. So where is your time and energy going? How much time are you spending repeating and trying to direct and find information for people, right? And take a look at that. And that's super important. Sorry. And then the second thing that's super important to know about this too. So come to my world, part of being a dog owner. At least I'm waiting until the end to do this. So that part's super important of just where is your time going, right? And then the second part is, if you do invest and you do decide to become a part of this, you need to know right now, right off the bat, you're going to have to sell this to your team, just like you have to sell a product to your customers. You cannot just go, okay, we've got this new great program. It's called BizKit. Go. You have to let your team know, just like we're doing right now. You have to sell it to your team as to why it's going to be valuable for them, how it's going to help them to grow, how it's going to help them to do bigger, better things, how it's going to help them to streamline their business. So be prepared for that part of that too. You cannot just introduce a new system to your teams. You have to sell it to them just like you sell a new product to your company in order to get them on board and to get them to fully see the value of this. So, and there's really no risk to try this program, to come on board, to do the demo, to do the one-on-one with you, to see how it could possibly benefit. I think that's probably what they need to do more than anything, is just schedule time with you to learn how this can benefit them, because they need to see it in action. So
Amazing. I love that, Aimee. Thank you for that advice. I think, that's a great place to sort of insert a couple of things. If you go to thebizkit.com, I actually have a freebie, a download. It's a business audit. And it actually talks about some of the things that Aimee just talked about, take inventory. So if you want to go and do that, yeah, no, we didn't. I know. It's funny how we're so in sync with one another. Yeah. So go up to thebizkit.com, wait for 30 seconds for that little freebie to pop up and enter your email and do a business audit. Where are you at? How much time are you spending? And then the other thing is I'm also offering for qualified leaders. I can't offer this to everyone, but if you're leading a team of 100 or more, I will take your existing system and create a basic, fundamental demo for you, personalized to your company. So with that, I just want to say a huge thank you to you, Aimee, for taking time out of your day. I love your enthusiasm. I love that you're here to serve your team. It's no surprise that you're Pro of the Year. When you serve others, you get served in return without really having expectation of that. And you are a true example of that in what I've seen getting to know you over the last few weeks. So thank you for taking your time out and being an advocate for the BizKit. I do believe it's going to bring immense value to the industry, and I can't wait to see your team pop, even bigger than it's already popping.
Yep.
And a huge thank you also to my community for tapping in. Make sure you get your your people invited into the group and tag them in this play. And maybe we'll have some free giveaways in the next couple of weeks, maybe some free access passes. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud, but we're going to get some real exciting energy going on in this group here. And this is step one in that direction. So thank you all for being here. Take care, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.